politics is such a funky game. It's just a funky game. Um, Here's what I think about politics. When I don't think that any one party should ever be in control. I believe in the theory of equilibrium. I think that all things should try to come back to the center when things veer off too much. I think that the Democrats can get a little crazy sometimes. I think that the Republicans can get a little crazy sometimes. In those times of craziness, typically there's a correction, a political correction. Sometimes a political correction because of an economic downturn or something or the rather another. But there's consequences for every action. And so I'm a mindset. I am a middle of the road independent. One year I may be a Democrat. One year I may be a Republican. One year I may be a true independent or maybe a libertarian. Whatever it is to get the job done to make sure the country is on the right path. That's my role. My role, I have no self-interest in this other than people are being treated right and getting what they should get. Now, I know that's, again, a slippery slope because everybody has different things that they feel like people should get and should have access to. But some of these rights, essentially dealing with the way people are being treated every day, it's not even a question as far as how we have to look at that and say that that's a necessity for sure. And so, yeah, I just don't believe that. I believe that America works best when there is, say, a Democratic president and a Republican Congress. I think it works better that way. I think it works better when there's a Republican president and a Democratic Congress. History tells me that way. History tells me that. When you look at the history of presidents and you look at the economic uptick that happened in particular periods of their presidency, particularly if they had a second term, then is more than likely because they had adversaries that were keeping them honest, and so there was a middle that was to be met, and so that's typically how we win as a society. You don't have to agree with me to be my friend. I think this whole notion that we can't have friends that don't agree with us, and if you don't believe what I believe, then I have to discard you and I have to talk about you and I have to write Facebook post about you and whatnot. we can't do that. Public civil discourse is how we grow. It's how we become better. It's how we achieve great things. It's how we think. It's how we grow. It's how we learn about different things that we have no clue about. How we get our aha moments. And I like those moments. I like to know things. I like to have friends from other walks of life because my world is a very limited view from where I came from. And I'm a seeker of knowledge, a seeker of education, a seeker of understanding what people go through. And so, but yeah, that's my theory when it comes to politics. I don't think that one party is always right and one party is always wrong. And if you feel that, you may need to check yourself because you have to be unbiased. You got to call a spade a spade. If somebody's wrong, they're wrong. If they're right, they're right. But you got to be honest. And you got to be honest with yourself. And if you have no honesty and integrity, you will never be believed. And so remember that. Always be true to that. And then let's get out the vote because voting is your right to make whatever choice that you feel, and you shouldn't be looked down upon about that. All right. Happy days and happy voting. Bye.